your little dog?
I can do it. Wonder Wheel. I don't want to go through life being a Wonder Wheel murderer. Hey everybody, what's going on, and welcome to another episode of Collectable Past. This one titled Collector's Choice. As always, we get into Collectable Past every single week and we show off some of the toys that we really did enjoy. Sometimes it doesn't always go according to plan because we always try to give a very honest review of some of these figures that we pick up, especially the newer ones. They need to hit the mark every single time. Considering the cost of a lot of these toys keep going up, these collectibles just keep going up, we should expect to see good quality every time we get a purchase. And if we don't, well, we're going to call them out on it. As always, I'm joined by my co-host. We've got Trina from Real Horror.
Hey, how's it going? Happy to be here. It's going well. Happy to see all you guys in the chat. And yeah, looking forward to an awesome stream with you guys.
Awesome. It always is a fun stream every single time. And I'm so sorry I didn't have a chance to put together the intro clip for the Golden Trina Award, but we will not forget it like we did before. Also joined by our other co-hosts, we got Slasher McSplitter.
What's good, everybody?
Always short, sweet, and to the point.
Certainly not my life, but hey.
Hey, it could only get better, man. It can't get any worse.
No, it can't.
Ever say it like that, Tommy, you'll jinx it.
And of course.
He said that. Now I'm going to get like my arm bitten off by a dragon or something.
Oh, shit.
And of course, we're also joined by other co-host Vinnieart. What's going on, Vinnie?
What's up, man? Yeah, sharks are falling out of the sky. They're biting people. This is getting crazy, folks.
God, why do I feel like I just stepped into a sci-fi episode?
I don't know. Every day feels like that at this point. But hello, everyone. Yeah, we're going to be talking plastic and toys and all that fun stuff. So looking forward to it. How's everyone doing?
Everybody here is doing as well as we can. And we got some people in the chat already hanging out with us. We got some people over there watching on X as well. Guys, be sure to hit the like, share it out. Let everybody know we're going. I am the most hated guinea pig online now. I have upgraded from just being the most hated guinea pig on YouTube to being the most hated guinea pig online, period. Rumble, thanks for nothing. Fix my shit. I'll be having to contact them about that later on. But we are joined by Chaos Hoy. First one in the house. As always, Chaos Hoy so generously always asks how the pigs are doing. Pigs are such an important part and a very, very strong role here at the collective, and they are doing well. Thank you for asking, sir, and I hope that you are doing well doing good as well. Super fan Adam Shawhan, hake the chat. I'm not sure what haking is. Is that hating, hailing? Either way, that sounds a little bit nefarious there, Adam. I don't know what's going on, but good to see you, Adam.
Hake the chat.
Hake. We hake the chat. Toy Mafia also in the house. What's going on, Toy Mafia, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well, sir. Curtis YC, my man in the house. What up, Curtis? Good to see you, buddy. Papa Cotton also hanging in the chat. Papa, get the glass out. Make sure that freaking highball glass is ready to go because I got some good stuff for you tonight. Soul Assassin also in the house. A guinea pig Italian, a chick who I swear is a vampire biker, and McSplitter talking toys. Chaos, thank you, buddy. Don't forget to support everyone on the panel, sub to the channels, and always pig smash the like button, everyone. Thank you, buddy.
Amen to that. Yes. Hello, everyone. Yeah.
Courtney's Fellowship. Oddballs, what's going on? I hope that you're doing well. Thank you for joining us. Talk me to dinner before Hawk Me, or take me to dinner before Hawk Me. I'm assuming it's okay. Keely Chow also in the house. What's going on, Keely? Good to see you all. And as Trina so predominantly said right there, we're all guineas up here. We're all guineas. But we're going to get into it. We're going to have a little bit of fun on Collectible Past. If this is the first time that you were joining us, hold on to your seat. We're going to get into it and have some fun. So I'm going to kick this one off, and I'm going to kick it off with something a little bit old school, something I put together, a little quick montage of something that I enjoy. You know what that means, Papa? Let's get into our first segment. Welcome back as we're hanging out with Dark Helmet, the master of the sci-fi and Transformers pig. And we're hanging out with Dark Helmet, and we're getting ready to show off something that is a little bit old school, so that this is your old school toy time. So we're going to take a look at the old collection cases. Yeah, so I have one of these old Transformers collection cases right here. Pretty damn cool. Good little thing to be able to store all your Transformers in. So we got a few of them in right there. Got one of the re-releases of the Bumblebee, and this is the only Bumblebee I have from the old G1 style. But this was like the keychain version, but the keychain is broke off. Same thing with Wind Charger, keychain version. Cliff Jumper and Brawn as well, both sitting in here. Both of these are the keychain version. I also do have an original Cliff Jumper, both in red and in yellow. So a bunch of the Power Dashers, some of the Omnibots, and we got an original Jazz right here as well. This one is in really excellent shape. Anyway, guys, do you remember the old collector cases that so many different toy franchises had? They had them for Marvel. I believe they had them for DC too, and I know they had Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle ones as well. Really cool thing to be able to have for the kid that liked to walk around with their stuff. And of course, you remember all the Star Wars figures had multiple cases. Darth Vader, just plain ones like this with scenery on them. But guys, we hope that you enjoyed this old school toy time.
Yeah, I had that for the Hot Wheels and the Matchbox cars.
I had the WWF one, for the LJN figures.
Oh, that's cool.
That shit crumbled apart though. You know?
Oh yeah, yeah. It's crazy some of the stuff that you have. It's still intact. Although here's a perfect.
No, I don't have it intact. It's gone.
He's like, this Jazz is all intact, and he slams him down into the case.
Well, it's a soft plastic. It's not going to hurt it. I mean, I'm not going to like throw it across the table like I did to some of those really bad new Hasbro toys.
They deserve it.
Some of that stuff is just god awful. But yeah, but we have a few of them in the back. You know, we got the TMNT. We got a couple of Marvel ones. I'm trying to remember what else. I know we have Matchbox. We have Hot Wheels. We had a bunch of those different cases like that, and they still make smaller ones too. Like, I don't know if you've seen it, like for the little mini Hot Wheels and stuff. You can pick them up at like a Dollar Tree and stuff like that. The little mini cases, they're pretty cool.
Yeah, I haven't seen them in those stores.
Well, Tommy, I'd imagine you probably have the Star Wars cases too, right? Like the Vader one.
I used to have them. Unfortunately, when I turned like about 16 or so, like a lot of kids wound up getting that bug. Like, I need to get rid of a lot of this old toy stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know why. And it was only the Star Wars and my Battlestar Galactica figures that and a few Star Trek figures that I'd gotten rid of. And I regret it.
You had the Darth Vader one and the C-3PO one?
No, I actually had one of the scenery ones.
Oh.
I had one of the big scenery ones. So, I mean, I forget how many that one held. It was a pretty big case, but it held quite a few figures. And all the figures I had, of course, were complete with every single weapon. And like an idiot, I sold them for freaking peanuts. I got totally ripped off by a freaking flea market vendor for it. And I didn't know any better at the time. So, I mean, I was just looking to make a few dollars because I wanted to buy blacklight posters and stuff like that for the heavy metal bands that I was listening to, or just the regular rock bands and whatnot. So yeah, didn't think about it at the time and regretted it probably within a year or two of selling them. Like, God, why did I sell those things? Never even attempted to sell any of my collection of Transformers though. That was one of the things from the day I started getting them that I never got rid of them. The only ones I ever sold were ones that I bought extra that I had actually fixed up. So when I buy the huge lots of broken Transformers and I repair them, I would sell the extras that I didn't need, because who needs 2 or 3 of the same character? I
Right.
sure as hell don't. At least not for the G1 ones.
Yeah.
Soul Assassin, y'all ever hear of a company called Syndicate Collectibles? They have a 112 pumpkin head for pre-order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Steve, actually, he sent me a photo of that. Holy
I
crap.
saw that someone posted the pictures of the Pumpkinhead figure on Twitter.
Yeah. They did it kind of like NECA. It almost looks like one of theirs.
It looks good, but it's too expensive.
Well, what was the price?
Yeah, they all are.
65.
How much?
Oh,
65.
Jeez.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
Yeah.
And see, and this is the thing we keep
Does it
talking
come
about.
with lube?
Yeah, right. This is the thing we keep talking about, though, as collectors. When we keep watching these prices go up, no matter how much we want them, it really does become a freaking pain in the ass to try to be able to collect these things, because not all of us are made of money.
Nope.
I mean, it's just okay. So that we should show it. We should show the figure, but I don't feel like that figure warrants a $65 price tag. It just doesn't. I've seen more detailed figures from NECA that aren't even $65.
Yeah. Yeah, I got it.
I don't know.
It's ridiculous.
Here he is.
Chaos Hoy says he's back from California, and tomorrow is his birthday. Oh man, nice! Happy birthday,
man.
buddy! In
Yeah, happy
advance.
birthday.
happy birthday.
Oh, yeah. Oh, and
To
thank
watch
you,
your Battle
Curtis.
Bot tournament. Cool. I'm glad you liked it. Nah, this was before Disney. This was just being dumb. Yeah, and thanks, Curtis. Curtis always sharing those links out there. Curtis is awesome. Curtis has been around my channel since the beginning, and I can't tell you how much I appreciate that guy. I really hope that one day Curtis gets in the swing of doing live streams again, because I would love to get Curtis on the Cage Talks. I think that would be a fun conversation.
That'd be cool. Hell yeah, man.
Yeah, thank you for always dropping links, Curtis. Really appreciate
Yeah,
it.
thank you, sir.
That's what you call a legend right there.
Ballers on budgets. Welcome, Soul Assassin. Yeah, guys, be sure to wish Chaos Hoy a happy birthday in advance. And once again, Curtis, thank you so much, buddy.
Hell yeah.
But yeah, go ahead, get into that.
Yeah, it's Stig sent me the link for this, and I thought it looked pretty cool, but I didn't know what the price was. And, he's 9 inches, 38 points of articulation. The 3 heads, but again, it feels like a kind of standard NECA type stuff. So I think that asking price is way too much.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I just feel like you'd see this. I think it has. Well, it's kind of hard to tell, but it looks like it has NECA quality to it. Maybe a little bit better, but I just don't see how. Because most NECA figures are like right around 40, about 45 in my area. $20 more? I don't see it.
I don't either. It's like you said, it's similar articulation. It looks like it's like one accessory and the 2 different heads.
Yeah.
Maybe one other piece.
I will say something in defense of the Syndicate. They're not even the worst offender that I've seen with newer toys. Right now, one of the worst offenders is SH Monster Arts. Yeah. Their prices have become absolutely ridiculous.
And their quality is they're not all great.
No, and they're doing a lot of reusing of older molds from the last couple movies. It's pathetic.
Yeah. Yeah, it's weird. I don't know. Like I said, and Pumpkinhead, he's not a classic like monster character anyway. This is, I don't know. I've only seen pieces of that movie, and I've never even the entire thing. So I couldn't tell you too much.
I've never seen it at all.
Okay, so the original the first Pumpkinhead movie is I love it. I think it's a great movie.
I didn't even know they made another one.
Well, it had how many sequels did it have, Tom?
I want to say it had 2 sequels, and then they also did a 4 or 5 shot comic release for Pumpkinhead.
Okay. Yeah, so the first Pumpkinhead movie, it was a hit in the 80s.
Yeah,
And
Winston, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, I think so. And this guy, Pumpkinhead, he was everyone was pretty enthralled by him, because it's a cool looking creature and everything.
Yeah.
And it would be cool to have this if it was like, say, maybe, I don't know, $50, 50. Yeah, I'm saying 50.
Yeah, because he's 9 inches. I mean,
yeah.
And here's the thing too: is Syndicate a newer company? Because if they are a newer company and they're paying MGM for the license, it would kind of make sense why they went a little higher. But I don't know. Out of the gate like that, I wish him luck, but it's not something I'm going to be getting.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly it, Curtis. Yeah, it's kind of like a xenomorph. I'd argue, because we've seen some of them from NECA, the xenomorphs that are about the same height.
Yep.
And it's for like half that price.
Yeah, I seen the one in my store. I want to say it was going for right around $34 to $38, and that thing was pretty close to 9 inch tall. Came with the freaking egg. It came with a few face huggers and stuff like that. So there was a lot more. It looks like in the xenomorph than what this one comes with. But once again, like you're saying, if it's a newer company and they got to pay a lot for the licensing, and they're the company would technically sending a license out to them to an unknown company or a company that's still relatively new, it's a little bit of a gamble on their part. So yeah, that might be a higher licensing fee.
Yeah, that's for sure. So I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, again, I'm not that familiar with this company, so.
Yeah, I'd never heard of them. And shout out to Steve Vicentinat, because I hadn't heard about them before. I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to have this figure, but I can't do it for $65. I just can't.
Yep.
Yeah, that's one of those ones. Like if you go to get something, that's all you're getting for that month, and then you know how that always works. You blow all the money you have on one figure, and then you wind up seeing 2 or 3 other things that would have fit inside that budget at a single figure that you really want to. So
yeah.
But so does anybody else want to go now, or should I play something else? It's all up to you guys.
I got a couple of shorts.
Go for it, man. Go for it.
I got a funny one too in here, so let's share screen. So I don't know if you guys seen this one. NECA's Bon Jovi is out.
Yeah, saw it.
Oh, look at the box is the fucking it's the denim vest.
Hold on, you gotta listen to what I said on it too.
It looks like he was working at the docks.
For a second.
I thought it looked like an AEW wrestler for a second.
It does.
It does.
He's so gay.
It's so gay. But that's what he looked like back then. Oh, jeez. NECA made this Bon Jovi.
I don't see this doing big for them. Sorry.
I thought this was an AEW wrestler for a second.
Dude, awful.
Here, I will say one thing in their defense on this one, and God, Bon Jovi. Like they had like 2 songs that I ever liked.
Uh-huh.
Let me guess. Blaze of Glory is one of them, right?
Yep.
And the other one is Dead or Alive, right?
Yep, that's it.
Everyone who says, every single person I have ever come across who says, I don't like Bon Jovi, but I like Blaze of Glory and I like Dead or Alive. Every single person, I'm in that group too. Those are the only 2 songs I like.
So what I was going to say in defense of this, even though the face looks pretty damn horrible, the rest of the figure doesn't look too bad. It looks like there's some decent articulation, a little bit of detailing in the clothes and everything like that. And it looks a lot better than the shit-ass Music Maniacs that McFarlane is putting out. Because I've seen both the Alice Cooper and the Ozzy one, and I put a short up on it. Yeah. And I thought they just looked horrendous. Because we talked about them like a month or so ago.
Yep.
And after seeing them in person in the store, I was like, God, these are horrible looking. Dude. They look like melted plastic.
Yeah, that's exactly what they look like. And I saw the Neo from the Matrix that they have out as well. that also looks like a melty piece of plastic, and the legs are way too short on it on top of it. Like, just it's awful.
Wait,
Curtis said he thought it was a white
Oh, wait,
piece.
okay, hold on. You said that you saw an Alice Cooper?
Yeah, I put the short up the other day. It was either yesterday or the day before I put the short up for it. I think I have Ozzy in the thumbnail of it, but yeah, I have the Alice Cooper in there with it too.
Yeah, they look terrible.
I gotta see it.
Yeah, we showed pictures during one of the toy streams. They're awful. They really are bad. So, yeah, I'm with you, Tommy. At least
they're
better than the McFarlane.
Soul Assassin. Yeah, can't get an upgraded Wolf Predator, but here, how about a Bon Jovi? Oh,
yeah, right. Crazy. And they reissued the Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, cool, War Duke.
Yeah.
So there's Dungeons and
Yeah.
Dragons.
You know
This
what?
is
I've
part of
seen
them now.
Vinnie.
Yeah.
I'd seen the boxed one of this, and it really killed me because I really thought these figures looked absolutely phenomenal. They released like about a good 6 of them, I think, at this point, including the dwarf. Holy crap, do these things look great! But because of everything that TSR has been doing with their push with their agenda nonsense, I couldn't in good conscience buy these things. But they look terrific, and it really is a shame.
Yeah, it is a shame. You know, because I didn't even bother checking the price because it's the same deal. I'm not that familiar with the franchise. I never played any of that, so the characters to me, like, yeah, he looked cool, but
This is
I
a
don't
nice
know.
looking one. So the other figures.
Yeah, there he was, Elkhorn. He was on the end.
I still have Elkhorn, but he's only got one horn.
Yeah, we have the original one here too. It looks great.
Nice.
Do you have the weapon still? The sword and the shield?
Yeah, we do have most of them. I just don't know where, because everything got kind of moved, when I packed it up from my dad's house, so I couldn't keep it all in the same container, fear it might get broke, so.
Yeah. That's a cool Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, this was nice too, but...
Get it? Cool, Mr. Freeze.
Yeah.
I like real quick, Soul Assassin, I agree. I think the rock stars should have been Toonie Terrors. And what's going on to James Hurley? What's up? He said that figure looks like Michael Bay.
It did. Holy hell. But I like it there. They did like the frosted kind of
nice to see you.
His dome, or whatever the hell you want to call it.
The blister? You're talking about the blister, or you're talking about his
No, the actual costume that he's got on there. Like they did it like frosted the plastic in the front. So that's kind of neat. I was debating it, but I don't want to give Todd any more money. There's a couple of figures I got from him that I've still been sitting on. I have not reviewed. I might pull the trigger on that next week. I don't know. I haven't decided, but there's a couple. I'm like I might as well just kind of get these out of the way.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those that look really good. I remember seeing this one in the store a while back, and I was like, it doesn't look bad, but I don't know. And now, what's going on, Scrambles?
What's up, Scrambles? Well, they had another version of him that was almost all silver. That's the one that I originally saw. And then this is a newer release where they did closer to the animated series kind of colors. So.
Oh, the all silver one. Didn't they just put out the freaking Batman and Robin ones?
There's that too.
With the Arnold one?
Yeah, but the one I'm talking about is this exact figure, except he was mostly silver. Yeah. Yeah, the paint job was completely different. Again, this was tempting. He did look great. I don't know. I think he had just hit stores, but and he does come with his gun. That's a surprise.
Actually, comes with a gun. Oh, his freeze gun. Okay.
And I don't know if that part comes off or not, because he does have a vulture in his head from what it looked like, but I don't know if you have access to it or not. So that's interesting. And there is
Kurt Angle? Did they just put out that Kurt Angle?
Yeah, they're both here. I didn't buy them. I just recorded from the store. They look cool, though.
Oh shit.
That's fun. Oh man, that Kurt Angle's awesome.
They gave him the crying face and everything.
They should have gave him the little cowboy hat.
Oh yeah, that would have been great,
brother.
Hey, that looks cool.
right? Pretty neat.
And see, I like the Superstar one they did, but yeah, like detail wise, that looks absolutely amazing.
Yeah.
James is talking about him and his dad saw Bad Boys 4. He says a much more fun experience of Furiosa. I would imagine so.
Well, I
Yeah,
saw
that's
Furiosa.
very
I didn't have a problem with the movie. I thought it was a good movie. It's to me, it was 12 years too late, but it was still a good movie.
Now, me, I have no interest in seeing if it's not Max. I have no interest in it. No, you missed me. They should have been doing Old Man Max. I'm sorry. End of story.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. And if anything, if they're ever going to make another one, that's what you end up doing. That's the only way you're gonna pull fans back into a franchise.
He's gotta do it while he's still alive.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mel's still in pretty good shape too for his age, so I don't see why not.
Well, didn't he just do it? He was working on another Lethal Weapon.
That was the rumor. I don't know if he did or he didn't. Oh, you were saying Slash?
No, another fucking. Come on, man. Come on, we're gonna watch two senior citizens fight crime. Come on.
Well, no, it won't even be two of them because Danny Glover, I think, is in a wheelchair. I don't even think he can walk anymore. So
he got too old for this shit.
He really did.
We have CGI who can make it work.
Okay, but what about his teeth then? Because his dentures keep falling out of his mouth. The last couple of movies he's done, he's all he sounds bad.
We can do practical effects for that.
Okay, Trina wants him on strings. We're just gonna use CGI to take him out. Oh yeah. And I saw this display. This just made me laugh.
From the right angle, this could look like something else.
No, Vinny's
I'm
not
just
being
saying.
weird.
I'm not being weird. You are. Look how big this is.
Big Lego.
Everything's huge.
From the right angle, this could look like something else.
But pretty cool display.
That is cool. I like that.
Yeah, see, I always talk about that. I miss some of them old school displays you used to see in some of the big toy stores like Toys R Us, Kitty City, and all the other ones. Man, that stuff was just like, it was crack for kids.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. That's pretty neat.
Mel Gibson is directing, huh?
Oh.
Yes.
Lethal Retirement.
Yeah. Oh, shit.
Nice. Lego Simpsons. All right, who is up on the board next?
You again, Tommy.
Me again? Okay. I like Mel, but I don't like a lot of his movies for some reason. I like Random and Gets to Gringo and the stuff he directs. You know what? I would love to see him do another conspiracy theory. I think in this day and age, it's warranted.
Yeah. Apocalypto was fantastic too.
Yeah, that was a good movie. I heard a lot of trash talk about that, but I watched it a few times and I was like, I don't mind this at all. I thought it was pretty well done.
I saw it in theaters. I thought it was really good.
But I'm going to take it back again. Going to go a little bit old school again with this one. So I broke out the not Transformers, but it's close enough, Papa. It's close enough.
Saurus is the villain.
He's always the villain.
Right.
Here we go with my next offering. Welcome back as we're hanging out with Dark Helmet, the master of the sci-fi and Transformers pig. Now this one we're going to show off is not Transformers, but technically it could be considered Transformers related, and it is definitely, well, it's kind of falling into the sci-fi category. And what are we talking about? Now, I've talked about these guys before in the past, but we are talking about GoBots, and specifically, we are talking about Super GoBot. So we got Psykill right here. See if we can get this guy to stand. And we've got Leader 1 in the Super GoBot size. Now, of course, these guys came in the smaller figures that were only running right around about $5, I think, at the time when they first came out. These ones were much larger. These ones got a lot more die cast in them, and these ones obviously are a lot more sturdy than the smaller ones were. Really, I thought they were pretty cool. They basically maintained the same transformation aspects as the original one. So you kind of flip these down, pull the legs straight down, fold the wings back, flip the arms out, and pop the cone of the jet back, and there you go with Leader 1. There was really no change whatsoever with him. Now, Psykill, there was a small amount of change in him into his Super GoBot form. So, got to spread the legs a little bit to get it off the end of this tire. And you got to tape this whole thing, this whole assembly kind of ports up like that. That spins like that. It pulls out. And you got to kind of get these arms out of the way. So you got to tuck one of them back in, spin this all the way around, and then kind of click it in right there. And there you go. And you got Super GoBots Cycle. These ones were roughly the same size as, say, the Decepticon Seeker Jets like Starscream. And I actually did a video where I had Leader 1 standing right next to Starscream. And they were pretty much the same size. Leader 1 was just a little bit smaller. But yeah, the whole center right here, this is all die cast, all of that. Like, that is a lot more die cast just in the center of this body than most Transformers. Because usually the Transformers, like a chest plate or the legs or maybe the feet, or maybe a few small parts, but not this big of a section. Like, this is probably like a 40% die cast. That's a lot of die cast. Now, Psykill, on the other hand, he doesn't have quite as much die cast. Anyway, guys, this was your toy break for today.
Yeah,
I don't remember Super GoBots at all.
Yeah, I had those guys.
Yeah, they came out. I want to say like a year and a half into the GoBots run, because GoBots had a full year ahead of Transformers, so they were already on the shelves. When Tonka had partnered up with Bandai, which was the Machine Robo line over there in Japan, and then brought it to the States, and they named it GoBots, and they gave the characters names like Leader 1 and everything like that. They had a nice good start and a good run there. Where they made the biggest mistake is they didn't take some of the examples that Hasbro had already put into play with G.I. Joe when they relaunched that in '82 by having not only a comic but a cartoon series as well, which really made G.I. Joe take back off again. If GoBots would have did that from the jump, because they didn't wind up creating a cartoon until after Hasbro did with Transformers, they really dropped the ball. And the minute Transformers hit, like, obviously Transformers were better engineered. They were done a lot better as far as the engineering and the way that they transformed. They were more of a puzzle than a lot of the GoBots were. Now, some of the Super GoBots were a little bit more, I would say, complicated than the smaller designs. But if they would have came out with the cartoon and comics ahead, they might have actually had a little bit more longevity than they did. They're the ones that dropped the ball on that, because they had a decent run on the cartoon. Then, of course, they shit the bed when they wound up coming up with the Rock Lords. Like, I don't know who okayed that idea. That was just horrible.
I always forget about the Rock Lords.
Oh, that was such a bad flop. And it is a shame. I think the GoBots are something that should always be mentioned when you're talking about transforming toys. I mean, there was a lot of other companies that were doing them that were a little bit lesser known, like some of the Buddy L's and some of the what the hell was that one? Not Mr. Robo. It was some other brand. It was like a kind of almost like a knockoff brand. Every last one of their bots looked like they had boxing gloves on, and I do have a few of them in the back as well. Then you had like Zybots and a few of these other ones that were just like the cheaper, what they called knockoff ones. But like leading the pack was Transformers and GoBots, and like I said, GoBots had the lead, and they could have kept it if they were a little bit smarter about the way they did things, but they just didn't think of longevity. And the other big problem that they have is, unlike Takara and Hasbro, where they made everything universal eventually, and instead of Diaclone and Car Robo series over in Japan, they became rebranded as Transformers as well, and they kept the continuity between both brands. Where GoBots, on the other hand, they were GoBots over here in the States, and they were still Machine Robo over in Japan, instead of unifying the brand, which I think was another huge mistake. So real quick, before we move on, say hi to DJ Ronnie G. Words are tough today. Peter Charon also in the house. What's going on? Disney is becoming its own worst enemy. You're absolutely right. And DJ Ronnie G. Helmet is a good boy. Man, he has been so excellent doing the toy reviews and picking up the slack since Jumper has moved into retirement. Man, he's just doing an awesome job. GoBots were fun, but they're not Transformers. I agree with that, and I will never take that away. But the one thing I always will say, and I will continue to say, When people say that GoBots were 10 times cheaper than Transformers, they don't know what they're talking about, or they probably never had any GoBots, because I've got cases in the back of broken Transformers. I got maybe one box of broken GoBots. A lot of the GoBots I've gotten secondhand rebuilding my collection. Most of them are in good shape.
I'd say the main reason for that would be the because there was less moving parts on the GoBots. They
Definitely
were more solid. So
they didn't have a lot of accessories either.
Yeah, so I see that's why there was less breakage, I think, on them. Because like not many of them had like knee joints and shit like that.
Well, I do have a few of them that are really complicated. Like there was one called Bad Boy. He was a bit of a fighter plane, and where was that? The helicopter. No, I think that's the helicopter. A lot of moving parts on that one, and the one I actually have is in really good shape. But a few of the other more complicated ones, like one is like a drag racer. Like, yeah, I have a few different models that had to piece together because they were broken to so many damn pieces. So.
Wow.
And what's going on, Bad Take Bojan? Thank you for joining us. I hope that you were doing well.
How you doing?
What's up, Tina?
Curtis said the red one reminds him of a Megazord. Yeah, Psykill. Psykill was one of the main characters on that show. So who's next?
My camera still ain't working.
Oh, shit. All right.
All right.
You want to go, Trina?
Were you going to go, Vinnie?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. All right, I'll do mine then. Okay, let's see how we do this.
You can do it. We have faith in you. Yeah, I got one more main topic that's broken into 3 parts and then one other thing. So I'm actually running down to the end of my stuff already.
Okay.
Damn you, CenturyLink. Damn you.
All right, so we have Creature from the Black Lagoon. Let me get past this. Well, actually, I'll show the box art. I think all these Universal monsters, the box art has been really good. I like this one so far the best. I think it's styled really awesome. This is the color version, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so... All right, so there's the box art now.
Yeah, the back is fantastic. I love what they did.
Yeah. All right, and yeah, so here's a shot of his accessories. You know, he just comes with a couple of heads and hands. That's it. Which I feel like for an ultimate figure, I don't know, maybe. I was disappointed that he didn't come with a fishnet and a harpoon, because the Jada Toys one comes with those.
Yep.
But I think he looks awesome. So the camera is making it kind of look odd, but it's sort of like a bronze
Like
like
dry brush.
Yeah, on his gills and scales and stuff, which gives it dimension, and I like the way that looks.
The one thing I always said about this one, Trina, is I didn't mind the highlights that they used for this, but I think they overdid it a little bit.
Yeah, the Ninja Turtle one they did, that was like the perfect blend. How they did it.
I can see what you mean. I personally I like the style, but yeah, I see what you mean, because it does seem like it's a lot.
Yeah, because I have this guy too. I think he is a fantastic figure.
You have the color version as well.
Yeah, I kind of regret that I didn't get the black and white one when I saw him.
Yeah, the black and white one looks absolutely terrific.
Yeah, I didn't get that one either. I only got black and white versions of the Mummy, Frankenstein. I think that's it.
Yeah, you didn't get the Wolfman. Vinnie, was it you or your brother that got the black and white Wolfman?
I got it originally, and then I found the color one too, and my brother was getting the black and white ones anyway, so I'm like, I gave it to him.
Yeah. So most of them, I just got the colors,
Mhm.
and I love this because so the scales on him hide his joints and stuff.
Yep.
Which I love that. I love how the joints are hidden.
Yeah. Great engineering on that.
Yeah. I was really impressed with this figure, and he stands on his own. His legs are the same height, so that's a plus.
Yeah.
It's really sad that we have to commend Neko on making sure the legs are the same length.
I for real. And yeah, just another alternate head. I like it. I like the way it looks. I think this face, I don't know. I think this face might be my favorite. Because okay, so here's the other head, and I don't like this one. I don't like that face. It reminds me of a duck face.
Mm-hmm.
I would say what that face looks like, but it's probably not appropriate for
Don't do it. Don't do it. But yeah, that expression is ugly. I hate that one, but yeah, it is what it is.
It does look like a duck face now that I see it.
Yeah, it's just ugly. It's horrible. The hands look great. And yeah, like there's the webbing in between the fingers is kind of like this teal color. It's cool. It's a good contrast. It looks good.
Mm-hmm.
And just different hands. There's not really much to them. But details are good and everything.
Yeah, they're nicely sculpted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think they really did a stellar job on the detailing on this figure. Like I said, the only thing I just wish they didn't use so much of that bronze type color, because to me it almost feels like it's washed out with too much of it. Because I always remember seeing like the early artwork for him, he always seemed much like a darker green than that. Like it was more the green that shone through than all those other colors. I just felt like they just went a little overboard with the wash on it.
Yeah, I do. I see what you mean. I do see. I can see that. Like maybe like if I was any good, I would like touch him up. And a gripe about this is that he's a swimming figure, and I feel like NECA or any toy company really, if you've got a swimming or like a floating or flying figure, it should come with a stand where you can pose them like that. But I got this stand. It was in a 6-pack. Well, I have a bunch of them, but these came from Amazon, and so
Nice.
yeah, I got him like that.
That's a good one for it to be holding him up, because he's not a light figure.
No, he's pretty heavy. I screwed those in pretty tight. Like, I won't be surprised if those end up like sagging.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah. Oh, and I forgot to mention, yeah, he does have peg holes on his feet, so you can just have him standing. But he's a figure that should be displayed this way.
Yep, I agree. It drives me crazy when these companies leave out stuff like that.
Yep.
That stuff is key.
I remember you griping about that with some of the G.I. Joe swimmers.
Yep, exactly. I mean, literally, like, okay, here are the fins that they put on them and everything, and okay, you set them all up, and then what? What are you gonna do? Like he's supposed to be in a swimming pose, and there's no stand, there's no nothing. You're gonna lay him down on the floor?
Yeah.
Like they're retarded.
Exactly.
To me, that's like one of the most idiotic things. Or again, the characters are supposed to fly. Like you'll hear that tonight, folks. I got a review that's.
Yeah, you will hear it every single time. Slasher, buddy, you got something?
Slasher will be right back. Oh, there he is.
No, I got it right now.
All right. Yeah, man. Go for
it. Did you guys see this? Nemesis Enforcer. Well, he's not called Nemesis Enforcer anymore for some reason. I guess they lost the rights to the name. Yeah, he's Nemesis Immortal.
Okay. Wow, that looks amazing.
Yep. He looks friggin' awesome.
Holy, he looks like a juice pig, man. That guy's freaking gigantic.
That is pretty sharp looking.
The OG figure did not look badass at all.
No.
The OG figure wasn't that bad. I have one, but yeah, it didn't look nowhere near as good as it did in the cartoon.
Wow. So that means they're gonna do all of them now, all the Cobra Law. That's awesome. Yeah.
But he was the worst looking one of the 3-pack that they sold back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And this looks freaking awesome.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see what they do with Galabalius there.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
I'll probably charge $100 for that.
Probably, if he's gonna have that piece that opens up, yeah, he's gonna be in a giant box.
But yeah, I think this guy looks pretty cool.
Wow. Yeah, that's awesome. Holy crap. Man.
And he's immortal now.
Yeah, he is. Bastards. How the hell? I don't know. Gonna have to figure out how to rob these banks.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, that's. I mean, wait, did I say that? I'm joking. I'm joking.
So, I got another segment here I'm going to get into since Trina was mentioning stands and everything like that. And one of the other thing that you wind up running into as a collector, like especially if you're collecting secondary market, like I had to when I had to rebuild all my Transformers and GoBots and a lot of the stuff that wound up getting stolen. You wind up with these lots of weapons and other accessories that may not belong to the figures that you got in the lot. So you got to find a way to be able to store these things. And that's kind of like what I'm going to get into with this toy break.
Guys, welcome back with Dark Helmet as we are getting ready for this toy break. So real quick, I want to talk about some of the problems as a collector you run into when you are collecting on the secondary market. It's all about finding the right accessories, and sometimes you wind up with cases of different accessories. Now these ones are all for Transformers, so I tried to do the best I can to be able to put little name tags and everything behind this so I know who all the weapons go to and I can find them at a quick glance. It's not that I don't know who they belong to, but it's just easier when they're labeled. So I got a few of these cases right here filled with different ones for Transformers. And you wind up with, sometimes you get these figures and they may have weapons and then they may have no weapons at all, or you might get a lot of figures and you get weapons that don't belong to any of the figures that you picked up in the lot. But this is one of the things you should always do, especially when you're collecting in large lots and trying to get everything you need. Be able to get cases, store these things so you can go through them at your leisure and find the ones you need when you have the figures completed. Anyway, guys, this was your toy break for the day.
Public service announcement from Tommy.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? We always try to help out collectors when we can, make things easier for yourself and do that. Real quick, I want to show something off that Soul Assassin had sent to me. So he said, when are the guinea pig horror spoofs coming? He sent me this. And he sent me this one as well.
That's fantastic. Van Helsing pig.
Thank you, Soul Assassin.
Oh,
I've got
man.
a bunch of these things now. I know somebody else, and I'm trying to remember who sent it. I know who sent it. I just can't think of their name right now, and please forgive me. But they had sent me one that was it was like Godzilla versus Kong. So it was
Nice.
Pigzilla versus Pig Kong.
That's awesome. Hell yeah.
Glorious. It's fun stuff.
By the way, that is wise what you did, because like I got so many things that are all mixed up. I have like those, like, you know, like the sandwich bags with the Ziploc on them.
mhm.
Like I have a lot of those that are like filled with you know, G.I. Joe accessories and Marvel Legends shit. It's like, yeah, it's all a mishmash.
Well, I'm telling you, there's two reasons why I do it this way, especially with a case like that. Because all you have to do is you go into the fishing, because that's where I got these like little fishing tackle, you know, little cheap fishing tackle boxes, the little plastic ones. You get those and you put them in there. And so number one, not only is it someplace you could put them and store them where you could label them so you can see everything at a glance when you're looking for it, when you wind up getting that figure, or you know you're going to be able to complete it, but also it protects them from getting destroyed. Because you know as well as I do, when you store stuff in sandwich bags, and I've done it plenty of times myself, there's you run that risk of something getting crushed and something getting broken, especially if you've got older accessories like that. Because sometimes these older accessories will run you $15, $20, maybe even $30 a damn accessory. And sometimes cost more than the actual figure itself.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Sometimes it's like freaking, like, oh my, like Star Wars, old Star Wars stuff, like all Yoda's accessories with the old Star Wars figures.
Oh yeah, that's a lot of that stuff. Like if I put them in those bins, I'll try to make like a little pocket in that bin and kind of keep them all in one spot that near the top, so that no one's getting really crushed. Luckily, I've been all right. There hasn't been too many things being warped or bent or nothing like that. But
there's a lot of like G.I. Joe accessories, like the Firefly figure. You came with this little green walkie-talkie, and that little green walkie-talkie. You look for that online to buy it. It's pretty pricey.
Jeez. Well, you said the magic word. You said G.I. Joe, so here's my.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I got the Duke.
Yep.
Yeah, I just label him as a 2.0. He's the retro carded one, so this is what we all wanted from day one. Yeah, he was in the first series, the Duke that they had, and they had like weird shin guards on him. Like they did something stupid, and it's like you were so close to getting it right, and then they screwed it up. Well, they corrected that.
Yeah, and you know what? I was, when I'd seen this one when they first announced it, I was like, oh, I got to let Vinnie know about this right away. And real quick, what's going on? Steeg's in the house. He's been here hanging out with us for a little while. Orville Nation also in the house. What's going on, PJ? I hope you're doing well, man. Thanks for joining us, bud.
Oh yeah. Yeah. By the way, Steeg. Yeah, we showed the pumpkin head that you sent. Yeah, we showed that one earlier. And yeah, that is a cool figure, but yeah, that price hurt us all. That's for sure. But yeah, it looked awesome. But yeah, and yeah, so the retro carded ones, I kind of don't understand why they don't do the majority of their figures like this. I don't know. The weird shit where they're putting them in those other boxes. It's like the retro carded ones look way better. People, I think, kind of prefer this. So.
Well, I know we were talking about it for the longest time that you need to go back to it. And it is so refreshing that finally, after getting lambasted by people that are collectors, that they finally decide to go back to this.
Yep.
It's way more eye-catching, you know?
It is. They look so good. But they only did these 3 figures in this wave, so
Who's that third one? Recondo?
Yeah. Which they released the Tiger Force Recondo first, and then it's weird. Again, Hasbro makes no sense whatsoever. But yeah, classic Duke. I absolutely love that they did this. He's one of the ones, like, he was tough to get, but I remember as a kid I did have him. But I remember his binoculars and stuff too.
My dickhead brother had him.
It's so cool. They threw all those proper accessories in for him. So like, you know, the helmet, you know, it's like that clear visor thing that comes down to, like, they went above and beyond, and I'm glad that they did. You know, even his bandolier thing, like, you could take that off if you want. It's a separate piece, so that's really cool. And there's like a hole drilled through that and into his back, so you could put his backpack and all that. But yeah, again, the sculpt works really nice. You know, he's got that very kind of Steve Rogers All-American look, which the character's supposed to have. So yeah, the rolled-up sleeves, all the details are there, which you want out of a proper Duke figure. And yeah, I dig it. Even like the that piece where the knife goes into the boot, like you could take that off. You could even take off the one in the thigh, the holster there. Up to you how you want to display the figures. So I'm glad that they gave people those options. And I believe he's a brand new figure entirely. I don't think there's any reuse other than maybe hands and maybe boots. But yeah, he's pretty much a brand new figure. So super glad that they did that. His articulation is excellent. You know, like their kind of standard joints are very good. A good head tiltage and all that. His butterfly joints they actually work. A lot of these figures don't, and they work really well. So he's got the ball joint, upper bicep, double hinge. He's got the vertical one for the wrist, but only in the right hand. The left one, it's horizontal. So he's got the upper diaphragm, which is kind of stiff, but you can get some tiltage out of that, and the lower one. So that's pretty good. So 2 ball joints. Crunch isn't anything to write home about, but you don't really need it to crunch that much anyway. Goes back a decent amount. Of course, he has his the Van Damme splits with the drop down hips, and they're doing the drop down hips a lot better. It's not kind of loose anymore. They're all pretty tight. He's got the upper thigh cut, double hinge for the knee. You get your boot swivel, and of course the rocker with the hinge for the foot. So articulation wise, it's perfect. It's what you want. You know, none of that ugly T crap cut in the midsection. I think it breaks up the figures in such a lousy way. But so happy they did it properly. He comes with his cheap little base, but you know, at least he has a base, so that's a good thing. He's got his backpack with the. I couldn't even read it. The writing's so small on the shovel.
Oh, you could take the shovel off. That's fucking cool.
No, not on that one. That one's actually sculpted on.
Ah.
Yeah, I think Recondo. Some of those other ones they have a separate shovel that you can snap on and off. But they did toss in his helmet with the movable part there. So if you want to put the visor down over his eyes, you could, and it's clear plastic. It's a fantastic fit too. So like, nothing's falling off or getting lost. So,
I will say, for the most part, that's one thing that Hasbro has done fairly well with the GI Joes and the classified line. Like most of their accessories do sit on them, and they don't like fall off loose. Like there's so many of these other franchises. Like you look at some of the stuff NECA was doing, and Trina knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Yep. With
the Puppet Master figures, where the accessories just fall right off because they didn't mold them properly.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did that with Gizmo's
Christmas hat.
That thing, yeah.
Oh man. So it's not even they're not even like a proper friction kind of hold.
Nope, just sits right on them.
See, that's lousy when they do that shit. Very cheap. The cool thing about this guy, like, yeah, you could get everything on him. So whatever you see here, you know, you put both of the long guns in his hands. Everything else, you know, you could stack on him, so he's ready to go to war. So yeah, which we're probably going into too soon. No, but way to go, Duke. So yeah, he's one of our top generals there in GI Joe. They did a fantastic job. All of his weapons, they also have like the hole that's drilled into the front, so you could put on like the blast effects. So that I love it.
Well, here's something funny for you, Vinny. You know what Duke's rank was, right?
Sergeant, right?
No, he was a captain.
Okay. He was a captain?
Yeah, and his brother, Lieutenant Falcon, technically outranked him because a captain is a non-commissioned officer. So Lieutenant Falcon is a commissioned officer, which means he outranks him. And I think in one of the cartoons, he actually did say he was pulling rank on him.
That's hilarious. That's funny. And yeah, and Duke's half Italian, so that's cool. He's yeah, because yeah, that's his half brother, Falcon. So that was cool. There's some interesting facts for you guys out there. And yeah, so like I said, you can stack everything on them. Looks awesome. Again, this is what we wanted from day one. So happy they finally did it. It only took them like 8 or 12 different waves for them to finally do it right.
You know what? And they had released like the older version of Duke, which didn't look horrible, but yeah, this is the one that everybody wanted.
Yeah, this is the definitive one. Yeah, because I got that original one too, and it was a nice figure. Don't get me wrong, he was nice. This thing hit all the bells and whistles. So Very glad. And that Scarlet is perfect. I think she was my first 10 out of 10 score that I gave for these guys.
Yeah, I have that one sitting in the back. I picked up, and it's just still sitting there. Like maybe I'll get around to it eventually. But
Okay.
damn, you did an awesome review on it. So
thanks, man.
Sergeant Slaughter wishes he was that Diesel ever in his life.
Yeah. Well, that's why they did the cartoon version of it.
Yeah.
That's fine. That's a beautiful figure. Oh, they are doing a special deluxe version of that Sergeant Slaughter where they
I
gave
saw
him
the Slaughter's Marauders one.
Yeah.
I could bring that up. I have pictures of it.
Cool. We'll do that then. Yeah, that's a beautiful looking one too. With his thigh warmers or whatever the hell I don't know what those are in Army terms, but he's got like from his shins to his thighs. But yeah, he got a perfect 10 out of 10. I had no problems with this figure whatsoever. Fantastic job. Yeah, Hasbro, do more of them like this. Yeah, Putzes. Yeah, make the fans happy. So.
Yeah, so unfortunately, I thought I had a couple pictures. I only have one, but I did see that they were coming up with this.
Okay, yeah, that's cool. Nice.
Yeah, I seen that the Slaughter's Marauders one on Twitter.
Yeah, I like that spirit too. Iron Knife. That's cool.
That is very cool. I love that kind of stuff. I love seeing that kind of stuff too. I mean, this is what people want. Mind blown.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely.
Trina, did you have anything else or?
Nope, that's it.
No? I guess I should get into my next one then.
Yep.
All right.
Wait, I got more photos if you wanted to see the.
Yeah, go for it. Absolutely.
Let me show them first. So yeah, so they already reused Big Boa's weights, so they gave him the Sergeant Slaughter, which it makes sense. But yeah, this is the thigh part I was talking about, like is it the thigh warmers? I don't know what the hell.
Well, the original
that's the way the original one.
Yeah. But I don't know, what is that called? The that like you pull it over your pants like that. I don't know. Again, I'm not an Army guy, so I don't know that shit. But he's a beautiful looking figure. They even did his little action figure with the same colors.
Nice.
So that was cool. Yeah, they did a really nice
Eat the tree, maggot!
I wish that they updated the molds.
Oh, that's cool. I like that.
But yeah, I wish they updated the molds so you didn't have to see the pins in the arms. But they reused them. Big Boa has the same exact arms as well. But that's cool though, and they gave him like soft goods backpack thing, so you can put.
Hey, look! They even gave him boxing gloves. He really is a Big Boa knockoff.
Yep.
Well, wasn't one of the cartoons he was doing training with the boxing gloves?
I don't remember.
I thought he was. I thought he did. But again, Sergeant Slaughter came out first, so they reused parts of Slaughter for Big Boa, and then just the accessories of the extra things. But this is your classic gonna milk the fans shit, where they put them in a deluxe box so they could charge more money. Because these are not exactly deluxe items. This is, you could all fit that in a regular standard box, and they tried to spruce it up a bit so they could charge more money. So it's like, oh, come on, guys. Like I said, though, he does look really good.
Yeah, he looks cool.
The packaging is really nice like that. See, go back to the classic one where you can see the figure in the window and all that. Yeah, that's what we're talking about right there. Yeah, pretty mind blowing. Good stuff. So, there you have it. There was Slaughter. There you go, maggots.
Now drop and give me 20. Awesome stuff.
He's actually 35, so drop and give us 35.
I thought it'd be a lot more than that. I mean, it's still on the bit of the pricier range, but you know, I mean, to get a definitive old school Slaughter like that, I don't know. I mean, it's like right on the border of being ridiculous, but I don't think that's the worst that they could have done. I've seen them do worse with some of these figures.
Yeah. We all have. I am still surprised they did not release Serpentor properly for people in stores. He was only an exclusive to the
on
Pulse.
Yeah.
Those sons of bitches.
Are you kidding me?
Nope.
Yeah,
They
screwed over
released
the
him with his vehicle, his flying vehicle.
Yep.
The chariot, the
Yep.
air chariot.
Yeah. Oh, he looked fantastic too.
He did look great.
The asking price was retarded as well. Like, what was he like, over $100?
Yeah.
It was stupid. And now forget about it. I saw him at that last big convention I was at. He was going for like $300, and it's like, are you kidding me? Yeah.
Serpentor was going for 300.
Yep.
Oh, yikes!
Yeah. He's going for more than freaking some Hot Toys. Yeah, ridiculous. I'm like, yeah, they could keep it.
Yeah, they can miss the fans with that.
Bastards.
All right. Here we go. This is the last big review, and then I have one smaller thing at the end. But this one I had to break into 3 parts. There was a lot to break down on this one, and I wasn't exactly a happy camper throughout this review. And it is kind of a shame. I bought this figure a while ago, and I was kind of looking forward to reviewing it, but Hasbro. Yeah. So here we go. We'll go through it as we always do. We break it down 3 parts, so we stop in between each one. We talk a little bit about it before we move on to the next segment. So, booyah!
Welcome back as we're hanging out with Dark Helmet, the sci-fi and Transformers pig. Hanging out, and we're getting ready to look at something that is Transformers related. So from Transformers Legacy, had this one for a while. We got G2 Universe, and we've got Jyaxis. Now, if you were not familiar with Jyaxis, he did appear in the old Marvel comics. And of course, he became a prominent character during the run of the Dark Cybertron in the IDW version of the Transformers. Fairly interesting character. I'm not 100% sure about the colorations on this one, but it does kind of match the Marvel and the G1 aesthetics they kind of had set in place for it. So, without further ado, let's get into it. Right out of the box, here we go with Jyaxis. Technically, if you wanted to, you could fold the wings out like that to give them, I guess, a little bit more of a sinister look. But I will tell you, just getting this right out of the box like this arm right here, it's a little bit loose, just a little bit. I mean, it's not super sloppy, but it's definitely not a tight joint. I mean, none of these joints feel very tight except for this shoulder. This shoulder is really nice and tight. This one, it's not too bad. Let's see, the waist is good. The head, oh my goodness, the head is like super sloppy on this joint. This is absolutely horrendously loose. Just terrible. The hip joint right here flaring out. He does do the full Van Dams, but these hip joints really loose too. Like they're pretty loose. They're not very tight at all. And the turn here, the turn that they have right there at the hip, that's really loose. Knee joint is really, really loose as well. The rockers, wow, even the rockers are incredibly loose on this. This is really just poor designing. Oh my god damn. This knee joint is slightly tighter than the other one, but yeah, the hip and everything up here, that's still really loose. Just wow. Just wow, Hasbro. Like, seriously?
The Transformers will return after these messages.
What the hell were they thinking?
Beats me. So, yeah, so like the G2-ish, like the end of the G1 and the G2 run in Marvel, this is kind of what he could look like. So, I mean, they kept the color scheme fairly close to that. And G2, they had a toy that looked like that, which looks nothing at all like what they have right here. And then this is what he looked like in IDW.
Weird.
So he was like a mad scientist, and in the IDW version, this is the newer one for Legacy. In the IDW, he's like a mad scientist, and he's kind of like the, I guess you would say the instructor to Shockwave. So he pretty much sets shockwave on his past to become a mad scientist. So yeah, trash, bro. I just don't understand how they can come across. And I've shown a few figures in the past couple months where they were like absolutely like knockouts, and I had a few that were 10 out of 10s that were done so well, and then other ones like this, and even some of the other newer ones that I have that I just started working on reviews today, like absolute just garbage. Like I just don't understand how they do this kind of stuff. Like how do they go up and down so badly with the designs on these damn toys?
That's a good question. Yeah, that's very weird.
Any other thoughts before I move on to chapter 2 of this god awful review?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, go for it, man.
Trina, Slasher.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
All right, here we go.
We now return to the Transformers.
While he can get down into a kneeling position, you can see he's like leaning way back. That's because that knee joint will not hold the weight. It just flops all the way back. Quality control, once again, with these figures from Hasbro. Shit. A hell of a time, even with the stand, trying to get this thing to balance into a running position. Just really, really horrible. And as far as I know, this was the first use of this mold. And I think they might have reused this one to do the Metal Hawk figure, but I'm not 100% sure. But holy crap, is this thing just a flying, stinking turd? This is absolutely horrible. This thing will not hold a pose because the joints are so loose. The thing they did do is they gave extra ports, so technically you can port his guns up onto his shoulders or onto the forearms or anywhere else that there's, because there's quite a few ports on this guy. I have one other thing I will mention. Besides his hands do turn, that there is movement right here. You can turn the hands. There is a serious lack of articulation up in the shoulders. They're so big and blocky, and there's just not enough movement in there that the shoulders almost get in the way of themselves as you're trying to pose this guy. Here we go with Jyaxis in his jet form. What a lump of shit this thing is. This thing doesn't sit properly. These arms don't port in anywhere. Nowhere. So they're just loose the entire time. Like, what a hunk of junk. Like, this is just garbage, and this is the way it's supposed to sit like this? This is terrible. Port the one gun there, but it's facing backwards to the tail fin, so that makes no damn sense. You port his guns haphazardly on the back like this. There is no legitimate place to port these where it makes any sense. That, once again, just a huge miss on the way of Hasbro. This thing is an absolute shit. Man, I'm sorry I picked this damn thing up. This is a piece of junk. I mean, I bought it a long time ago, and I had planned on reviewing, and I thought, yeah, well, the color's a little weird, but I mean, maybe it'd be alright. It is a different type of jet mold and everything. Nope, absolute piece of junk. If you guys wind up running into this in the wild and you see it on discount, I wouldn't even bother. This thing is a piece of shit. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 10. Garbage, Hasbro.
The Transformers will return after these messages.
5 was too high. Jeez, what a terrible figure. Who the hell? Dude, there were people at GoBots like, oh man, that looks cheap. Do you call that a transformation? Oh my god.
Yeah, the way the arms just flopped underneath, and usually when you get these jet ones, they port underneath somehow where it makes a little bit of sense, but you got this big blocky arms hanging out under the bottom like that, and like I said, the joints on it are so sloppy, like putting him in a kneeling position. He did get down to a really good kneeling position, but because the legs won't support it, he just kept falling backwards, and I'm like, wow, off a brand new mold too, like, ugh.
Yeah, that was junk.
I mean, like the ugly colors and everything, yeah, I can put up with it. But like when you got quality control that bad, especially for something that was a $35 figure, no.
He was 35? Jesus.
Yeah.
What the?
Okay, so there is a slight redeem at the end of this. So.
Oh, okay.
I did miss something in it. as I transformed it, and I didn't realize it because it didn't make a lot of sense when I was transforming it at first. So a very slight redemption for this thing, but it's not much. Yeah, a bit pricey. A bit pricey.
Did
But
you end up pulling a Paul Pelosi on it?
Oh man,
Yeah.
I'm telling you, I so wanted to just fling this thing like when the joints were that loose. But here we go with the last cap on this one, and this is the ever so slight redemption for this thing, and it isn't much.
We now return to the Transformers.
We got a quick addendum here, and for this J-axis figure, so there was another port right there under the nose cone for the weapon, and yeah, the back wings did port down, and you were supposed to take these lower wings and pop them down so it actually stabilizes him in jet form. So I guess I will revise his score to a 6. It's still a pretty shitty looking jet form, but I will give it a 6 because at least it kind of stands up in jet form. So that's my bad. I will own up to that one. Anyway, guys, that is all we have on this one. What did you think about our assessment? With all these Transformers figures, we always get a few that hit pretty good and then some that have some misses, and that apparently is never going to change with Hasbro. It's just the way it is. I just wish that they would be a little bit more consistent. Be sure to let Dark Helmet know what you thought about this one. Later, y'all.
The Transformers, more than meets the eye. The Transformers.
Yeah, his robot mode, I agree. I think that looks better.
Yeah. I like the oddball colors, but I mean that's what they did in the comics and everything. So I mean, I kind of get that. I mean, I think they could have did something a little bit better with a wash or something to maybe make it a little better than that. But yeah, the sloppy joints it's just unforgivable. It really is.
Yeah, you hear that?
Chaos is giving one pig that eats Hasbro's toes out of 10.
Oh shit!
But let's talk about some of the other things since we were already on that Hasbro is doing. So they do got this coming up.
Oh, that's nice.
That is pretty cool. Autobot headquarters. I mean, it looks like it transforms into something. I'm just not 100% sure what, but oh, it turns into a robot. There you go.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah, so I'm assuming that's supposed to be like Teletran 1 and everything. So I mean, that's kind of cool.
That was inside the ship, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was inside the Ark. That was their main computer that they always talk to when,
Yeah. No, wait a minute. Is that the Earthrise one with new chest? With a new chest?
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, that's pretty cool. Is that the one they were talking about? Is the brand new version, or we're getting another one?
That's the one that's coming out in Legacy United.
Okay, so this is the one everyone was all hyped for. That it's.
Yep.
It's the best.
It looks fantastic as far as like a remold to Optimus Prime and giving it more of the G1 aesthetic.
Yeah,
like they did with that missing link, but still the missing link is G1. It's a G1 articulated figure, and that's the one I really want. But good God, is that one pricey too?
Yeah, that one they bend you over and they make sure you won't forget who they are.
They also are doing these Transformers collection with Garatomi, so they're more the high quality ones, the masterpiece ones.
Ah, okay. So these are like 130 each or something.
Probably, yeah. They're usually ridiculously priced, so they don't look bad. But I mean, I'd rather just get them all in the same scale.
Yeah, I agree.
Now, as far as what else Hasbro's got going on, I did see these as well.
Oh yeah. I think I saw those somewhere as well. Someone's video in passing. I'm not familiar with.
Yeah, I was gonna bring these. I was gonna bring up a picture of these. This is the build-a figure is Blackheart. He looks pretty cool.
Okay.
Yeah, if you got other pictures, by all means, grab them.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, a Vampire Storm or something. Is that who that is?
Yeah, and Helverine.
Yeah, that's.
Which I think that he looks cool, but that's kind of cheesy. Helverine.
And so cheap because all they did was they just different head and hands. That's it.
Yeah, and there's the black heart. It's just not a very good picture. Like I did what I could to grab pictures before the show, but like
Yeah.
I always say, the internet is my worst enemy when it comes to every one of these shows.
Yeah, I'll get the pictures up.
Yeah, by all means.
I don't know who that other female character is. Oh, there's yet another.
Storm. Oh wait, which one? The one with the fins on her head?
Yeah.
That's Lilith.
Okay. Yeah, not familiar with her.
This one you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Lilith.
But now who is she? Is she
She's a Ghost Rider villain.
Oh, okay.
Looks alright.
Yeah, not bad.
The Blackheart figure looks pretty cool. Oh, yeah, Moon Knight. Moon Knight's one of them.
Sweet.
Yeah, Tina was throwing the black hearts out there for the night.
I'll say one thing:
Moon Knight was pretty badass.
That TV series version that they did of him, he did look pretty good.
Who, Moon Knight?
Yeah, the one that they had done, the Marvel Legends. It was a nice looking figure, but it's
Yeah, here's the Blackheart figure. Yeah, he looks awesome.
Oh wow, how big is he?
Man, what are these Build-A figures are usually double the size, right?
Usually about 9 inches or so, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
I'd say I won't give Marvel a dime these days, but these figures do look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
Now that's a character, if they were going to add extra bells and whistles to it, that's one that probably could have used glowing red eyes. Like they did with like the Predator figures with the little switch.
Yeah, here's the line.
Oh yeah,
Bloodstorm, that's what they're calling it. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny. Oh, Tina liked the Moon Knight series. She said they announced the second season. Yep. Oh, by the way, yeah, I got to finish watching the House of the Dragon. I know that one started, by the way. I watched a good chunk of that episode, and it's pretty good.
Awesome.
I like the first season. So I think we're going to talk about that probably on Fridays as well.
They cast. Oh man, I don't want to get into it.
Oh, what?
I don't want to get in. I don't want to get into this with you, man.
Wait, House of the Dragon or?
Yeah,
no.
they cast. They made a casting choice that I can't support the show anymore.
Ah, shit. Hey, you know what? We showed a GoBot before. There's a third-party one. Tommy, I don't think you've seen this thing. Look at that.
Oh, I've seen that before. Wait a minute, is that not Bondi? Because Bondi was doing the Machine Robos.
No, this is a third party.
Wow, really? Bondi allowed somebody else to do it? Because they were very strict about it, and it was the reason why. Even though Hasbro owns the rights to the names and the Tonka, and everything that Tonka had as far as GoBots and Sidekill, Leader One, all the names and everything, they could never actually make the figures that look just like the original GoBots because Bondi still held the licensing rights to the toys themselves.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
that looks amazing.
They did a great job. Look at that.
Yeah, I've seen, like I said, I've seen Bondi do these as well for the Machine Robo line, and they look spectacular too. I would love to be able to get these things, but usually they're pretty damn pricey.
Yeah. This guy was like 83, I think.
Yeah.
But he does look cool. I have no idea what scale he's in either, though. But yeah, that's pretty impressive. I thought you might enjoy that.
Yeah, I like that stuff, man. Hey, you know what? And it gets kind of weird around like Transformer fans when you mention you like GoBots too. They tend to get a little like snippy about it. It's kind of like the old Star Wars versus Star Trek.
Oh yeah. Oh, by the way, he's just under 8 inches.
Just under 8. Mm.
Yeah. So there you go.
That kind of falls in line with the Voyager class from Transformers.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so I do have one more. You guys want to see this? Here.
There we got Papa. Maybe I should break out some old Star Trek toys for you for next week.
Hold on, here we go. So, Tommy pretty much almost sold me on this one. And well, almost he did. So I have Nightcrawler and Rogue. So we got the brother and sister kind of duo here. And I wasn't gonna get this Nightcrawler, and then they had one in the store. I'm like, actually, you know what? He does look pretty good. Tommy was like, yeah, that's a really nice one. So I'm like, what the hell? This guy, they had another mold for him, but then they updated it. So he's very similar to when they came out years ago, but he's got pinless joints. They cleaned up, they cleaned up a lot of it, and I think they added the butterfly joints. I don't think he had butterfly joints either. Brand new head sculpts and alternate hands. So my major gripe with this figure is kind of the obvious. Do you know what it is? Anyone?
The face paint.
Well, not so much the face paint. Like the hair kind of bothered me a bit, but no, the main thing that this guy's missing.
Oh, sword.
His sword and some kind of Banff effect. He's Nightcrawler. Why the hell didn't he have any of that? You know,
Hey, could have at least given him a sword.
Right? The other figure had it. And in that cartoon, because he was pretty damn amazing in the scenes that he was in, he had an awesome fight sequence, and they did something I've never seen before, where they take the view from another character, and like you're being pulled into that other dimension, kind of, and reappearing elsewhere. It was so cool what they did, and he had 2 swords in the episode, and we don't have any of that. That's his whole thing. He loved the swashbuckling stuff, and he was training himself with swords.
Well,
So
even you remember the old original like Marvel line that they did back in the day where he had the damn suction
The
cup hands.
fucking suction cups.
Yeah, they even
God.
had that on the packaging that he was a swashbuckler. Yeah, it was like part of the character.
I ripped the suction cups off the Nightcrawler. That my friend that I'm giving me the Nightcrawler. First thing I did was rip off the suction cup.
And what's going on, Shifty Gism? Good to see you.
What's up, man? Hell yeah. Yeah, and he's right. Okay, I had this Rogue. She popped up in like 2 or 3 other toy reviews. I'm like, let me just throw her in here as well, since they're sort of.
Damn, that Rogue got a rack.
Yeah, it's step siblings or whatever. Dude, and the face sculpt on this thing is absolutely gorgeous. They did an amazing job with that. I had gotten her on discount at GameStop. That's kind of the only reason why I pulled the trigger on it. I thought it looked pretty cool. I dug what they did with design-wise. But I had to look at a review to make sure that the actual production sample would be correct and look right. Because if you notice, there was no window on her box. So make sure it was proper. And yeah, it looked good, so I ended up getting it. Happy I did, because she is really cool. And there is something.
Does his tail bend? Is it like all the other Nightcrawler figures with the bendy tail?
There's no bendy in there, but he does have articulation in the back part, and you could spin it all the way around, which is fine. I prefer that there's no bendy in there, because those things break. But for what they have here, it's really good. And to minimize space too, if you want, it could kind of wrap around his leg a little bit. It's kind of what I have to do sometimes never mind. But yeah, no, they did a pretty nice job. Articulation wise, fantastic range of motion. He could look anywhere, up, down. They did a great job with that. He does have the butterfly joints, which are nicely concealed with the way they designed the figure. Shoulders go all the way around, ball joint, bicep cut, double hinge. Again, pinless. So again, that's how you have to do them. There should be no pins anymore in figures. Make it all the injection molds, and you're golden. It's a much sturdier joint too. Okay, he's got a growth coming out of his back over there, but that's why I don't like that kind of this T cut. You'll get more range and more crunch, but it looks odd at times too. So I think the Spider-Man figures did a better job with the midsections. Good splits, upper thigh, kind of standard stuff going on there. And good rockers on the feet. Very sturdy. All the joints are super sturdy on him. So yeah, there you can spin all the way around.
And this is definitely another figure, just like the Spider-Man. He should have an amazing range of movement on there, and it's always nice when you can see with those double knees when they come all the way up, and the double elbows when they can come all the way up and touch a shoulder. That's well done.
Absolutely, yeah. I brilliant the way they did the articulation on this guy. Like I said, they updated the original mold of him, but what he's lacking on is accessories. He does have the alternate head with the teeth, but you see like that whole bit of hair in the front, like something about it just kind of bothers me. If you're gonna do an alternate,
he's got a haircut like Hook.
yeah, it's silly, but like I don't know. If you ask me if you're gonna do two different heads, make the second one completely different. The only difference is that no teeth are showing on the other one. It's like a slight smirk, but the hair is the same expression in the eyes. If you're going to do it different, do it different. Maybe have him like in a yelling kind of face or something like that, and make the hair completely different. You know, maybe a little cleaner. It's not like this mop top in the front.
No, Frankie says that Nightcrawler with that hair looks like he belongs on a Gorillaz album cover.
Yeah, pretty much.
And Shifty says, nice Rogue, but I'm not down with the straight hair, curls, or bust. Super expensive Rogue figure they got for like $100 has amazing curly hair.
Well, I'm going to, there's something that's cool in here I'm going to show you. I like what they did with the hair on this one, though, because it is a little bit different. But I like the clean look of it, and I guess they were going off of the J. Scott Campbell drawing, which I was okay with. But yeah, that face is fantastic.
I'm digging this one.
Yeah, I think they did a good job. And they reuse this body a lot. They change like the upper chest part depending on what character it is. So some of them have bigger busts or smaller busts.
Scroll back down, potatoes.
Yeah. Oh, one second. The thing with the hair I thought that was really cool is that whole white part. It's a separate piece because they're doing this now all the time. So I guess they're saving. They don't have to do washes and other stuff like that. So it's all the hair is plugged in onto the head and glued in, but it's a separate piece entirely. So that is like they layered it over, which is smart. Anyway, you save on money and it still looks good. Range of motion is still pretty good considering she has all that hair back there. Usually it's like the She-Hulk. It kind of limits it a bit, but not too much over here. So not too bad. Arms pretty good. Although I think they might do away with this body now because they have the updated one. I showed you guys the Miss Marvel with the butterfly joints with the extra crunch, like on the lower part. It's like the T joint, but they did it lower so it looks more natural. Like that's what you have to do. So I believe that's what they're going to end up doing with the majority of their figures coming out, or the newer ones. But for what they have here, it's still really good, and you can get her into some awesome poses, flying poses, and all that sort of stuff. But again, she came with like virtually nothing. She just has alternate hands. That's it. You could have thrown a base in there. She's a flying character. She's known for flying. What is wrong with these people? That's not just a gripe anymore. That's a major issue, and it drives me nuts. Like that hand.
It's cheap. It's cheap is what it is.
It really is. It is. And like this stupid hand. I fucking hate this hand. They reused this one for maybe, I want to say close to 15 years now. It's the same stupid mold in a weird, awkward position that makes no sense whatsoever. The left one's fine because it's more open and completely spread out, which again, you could be like a stopping mode, whatever. This thing is weird. It's like, I don't know what the hell pose this is. It's garbage. Get rid of it.
It looks like an arthritic hand, to be honest.
Yeah, like I'm doing my hand in that position. It's like, what do you do with that? It's like,
yeah,
you can't do anything with the hand shaped like that.
Nope. It's unnatural. And if it's supposed to be like a flying thing and her hands are out, who would put their hand like that? It's just so stupid. Oh, Jesus. But yeah, she poses fantastically. I mean, I'm telling you, the joints are very nice on this one. And because it's pinless, the elbows and the knees, they're strong joints. Because anyone who knows the female figures that have like the double pins above and below the knee, they're weak and flimsy and almost like gummy and rubbery. So over time, they're going to warp and break. Over here, you're not getting that issue. So I love that they're doing pinless. So that's the best way of doing it. And I think they do look fantastic together. But I do have an older Rogue figure from the Build-A-Wave line of Juggernaut. and I'm going to show you the head swap, which was much needed, because that's still a really nice figure. She has some limitations, but at least she has the classic bomber jacket and the yellow and green outfit. So I'll be showing that in a sec. But these two look awesome together. And again, Nightcrawler, you can put them into some really fantastic poses as well. So yeah, Tommy, thank you for kind of selling me on him. Anyway, it's like,
hey man, and look, you know me. I'm going to be honest when I see these things out in the store, and I know you were questioning it, and I like seen it firsthand in my hand, looking at it. And even though I don't buy them, I can appreciate when they do stuff right, and I will absolutely let you know.
Yeah, man, for sure. Frankie says that she should at least came with some fishing line. But so here's the other Rogue, and oh man, yeah, much needed upgrade. That head was terrible. She made Anna Taylor-Joy look like she had normal eyes.
It's like a fish face.
Oh, it's terrible what they did, and that left eye is completely out to the side. You know, like those hammerhead.
She's putting on her Fetterman.
Yeah, and I don't care what anyone says. I hated the stupid bandana thing that they had on her. Take that off. It looks stupid.
You know what the worst thing about that on a female character? It makes her forehead look a lot higher than it should be.
Oh, for sure. Because then the sculptors, what the hell he's doing. But yeah, this head on this body, perfection. This looks incredible. So that's what you want. There you go. Easiest custom in the world. You just swap heads. But she's you're gonna have limitations with her. She can't look in certain directions, and that head will fall off. It's just it's sort of just resting on there because they didn't do it like the other one. So there's no hinge on it or anything. It's like sculpted straight from the chest piece into the neck. So I mean, it is what it is, but I think it still looks amazing like that. Just like in a standing position is fine. And yeah, there's your classic Southern Belle. Big on top, big on the bottom. Superhero strength. You got it all. That's the character. That's what she's supposed to be. So yeah, I really dig that and the way they did it. So hell yeah. And Shifty, man, yeah, good luck, man. He's trying to get that thing figure. He said.
Yeah,
the Walgreens one. Yeah.
Here's one of the things I did find about the Shifty. If you got Walgreens, because usually there's Walgreens all over the place. You usually can't. Most towns got a couple of them. So if you don't find it at one, I would check a few different ones and then look behind everything all the time. I always do that, and I always find figures that got pushed to the back. And I found a few figures that should not have been in the Walgreens store anymore. They should have been gone for like a year or two. So you never know. If you check the different Walgreens locations, you might find something that you're actually looking for.
But that one came out a while ago. I think that was maybe 5 years ago or 6 years ago?
Well, you know what? I've seen a few of these stores where they've had stuff that's been sitting on the shelf for like 4 or 5 years a couple times. Like, it's insane. Like, I've seen the same thing with some of these Transformers. Like, Transformers that were out like 4 or 5 years ago are showing up in Target right now.
Dude,
like,
Sorry, I was surprised. That thing's 11 years old. Holy shit. Because I got him when he first came out. I have them somewhere.
Oh, okay. Well, probably not going to find it then. And then, unfortunately, Shifty, as you know, looking on eBay and a lot of these places, a lot of these guys are just charging outrageous prices for them.
Yeah, that's for sure. Yeah, here's the two of them together. I never got. I couldn't get my hands on the '97 Rogue, so I can't do a comparison. And she's going for astronomical numbers now. Same with the Gambit. I had never gotten them. I still wasn't sold on him. Hasbro released him like 3 different times, and something about it just wasn't. I don't know. It bothered me.
I didn't think the '97 one looked that bad. I'd seen him and Wolverine. I'd seen all of them, and I didn't think it looked bad. I thought it looked good.
Well, the thing with no wash and that brown jacket, the way that it was, like that solid piece like that. I don't know, but see, the thing is, I've seen the Mezco ones and the other companies, and those things are holy shit, so fantastic the way that they did them with the soft goods coat that had the bendy wire in it. The articulation is next level, so it's like you can't even compare them. like this to me, like I really like the body and the mold that they did on this one, and this face sculpt is amazing. It's a brand new head sculpt that I really enjoyed. So yeah, I don't know. But,
I would almost bet at some point, since Hasbro has been doing it a lot with like Transformers, like re-release them, like they released that one Autobot pack with all the with a bunch of the older figures that they've done before. I wouldn't be surprised if they don't re-release some of these figures again with different outfits on. They're notorious for that. So you might be able to find this style Gambit body with the more traditional look.
Yeah, possibly. I don't know. We'll see. Like you said, time will tell if they re-release shit or not. Yeah, this stand is a McFarlane one. It's the only thing I had on hand. It sucks. It is so bad. I got to get more of the ones like Trina showed. Like she got hers from Amazon. Yeah, I got to check that out because that
she's trying to outpace us with the quality stuff now.
Yeah,
she's doing a good job. I gave him an 8.5 out of 10. He would have gotten a higher score had he come with at least the swords and, like I said, some kind of purple cloudy Banff effect thing. He needed something extra. That's what the character's known for. There was really cool options other companies have done. There's no excuse for Hasbro at this point not to give this character something that, it's part of his mutant ability. So what the hell? And she gets the same score because, come on, throw a base in there at least. If you threw a base in there, that thing would have went up for sure. But, it is what it is. By the way, I still have my books available. 4 different campaigns. All the books ship immediately. Jump on it if you haven't yet. It's the newest one. So,
and as always, if you're over there checking out on YouTube and everything, links are in the descriptions for all that stuff. So go ahead, check it out. It's not going to hurt to at least check it out. Yeah, where's Verk at that stick, bro? Where's that stick at, bro? Does anybody else have anything else before I move on to my last one?
Nope, I am done.
Tapped out?
Yep.
All right.
Oh wait, hang on.
Okay.
Let's see how the X-Men thing up. Let's see if anybody ran across this one. This Professor X, right here in the middle. Space Professor X.
Oh, okay. Yeah, for the Shi'ar stuff. Yeah, I was never a fan of the Shi'ar shit. Of course,
I kind of like this stuff. I don't know, something about it. I kind of dig it. Oh, I don't like that face. Ugh. That face looks like he wants to molest me.
He looks like Jeff Bezos.
But I don't know. I like that they did the old school card too.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. Yeah, the Wolverine is carded like that as well.
I don't know, kind of, because it's this one. It's
yeah.
It's from this issue. Yeah, so they got the colors wrong, but.
Oh shit! Leave it as, bro.
But I didn't know that they put out all of them in the yellow costumes. I didn't know that.
Yeah. The other one's a 3-pack as well. It's Forge, Storm, and Jubilee. Wolverine's by himself, and
Vinnie did the Banshee and the Gambit one.
Yeah, with Psylocke. So, yeah, I only got them because they were like $30 or $40 off. It was insane. I'm like, yeah, I think I'll be pulling the trigger on that. Which again, beautiful figures, absolutely beautiful.
I'll grab that one after I play the next clip because I gotta play tag with my phone and everything to get that picture over Soul Assassin. But I will get it before we end. Anybody with anything else?
I could show some other figures later, but yeah, no, go ahead.
Okay. So this is the last one, a little bit of nostalgia bait out there for collectors and everything. Some of this stuff is stuff that most of us probably would have threw away at one time, but yeah. Long-time collectors, we tend to hang on to stuff that other people might just throw away, and that's what some of this stuff is. And then other stuff is just nostalgic stuff that we've seen in the toy stores that get re-released. So here we go.
Sometimes in our collecting frenzy, we sometimes collect things that otherwise most of us probably would have thrown out a long time ago. Other of us keep these because of the nostalgic aspect, like some of these card backs from the Crash Dummies from Tyco. Slick and Vince, you guys remember the Crash Dummies? I know we have a few other pieces back there. I think there was like a car or something like that we have in the back as well. To have this card back from the X-Men Pocket Comics, the Weapon X playset, almost kind of like a micro, like the Micro Machine or the mini playsets with the mini little figures. We also got one from Battletoads with the Bendhams with the old Toys R Us tag on it. And of course, we got Scavenger from the Constructicons. Some more nostalgic feels right there. I know in the back we also got a bunch of the old Star Wars ones as well. I mean, just certain things you wind up collecting over the years, and yeah, they're always fun to look at. These things look great on the wall. You might wind up picking up a retro release of a game you remember when you were a kid, such as Rock'em Sock'em Robots. Always wanted to get the Transformers one, but was never able to acquire it. I do have this Rock'em Sock'em and a mini one as well. Extremely small, but just as fun as the full-size model. Whose nostalgic collection would be complete if they didn't have at least one Slinky, or like I have right here, the Slinky dog. Now this one is not, and I will repeat, is not a product of Disney. This is an original Slinky, 75 year, 1945 to 2020. Really cool to have this one in my collection as well. Last one we're going to show off for our nostalgic collectibles are the real Ghostbusters re-releases of Bug-Eye Ghost and Fearsome Flush. Both these I managed to pick up at Ollie's for $3.99 a piece. That was really cool that they had re-released these ones, and they almost looked exactly like the original ones. Anyway, guys, hope you enjoyed this little nostalgic trip here on Collectable Past.
That was pretty cool.
Yeah, I always like
Very.
to try to dig into the old stuff.
When did those Battletoad figures come out? I never seen those.
Oh god, that was sometime in the 80s. I forget exactly when in the 80s, and I got that card,
Well,
but
90s.
unfortunately I put it
Battletoads
back in-
came out in the 90s. So I
Was
had
it
to-
90s?
Yeah.
I thought it was like late 80s, but yeah, I still have a bunch of those card stocks like that. Like, yeah, at some point I think I'd like to put them all in like a little display case, like and put it up on the wall like a picture frame or something like that. I think all those things look great when you put them up like that. They're just fantastic. The only problem is you got to figure out which side you want to put facing out, you know? Because sometimes the back of the cards look just as good as the front of the cards, especially when you get into stuff like He-Man, where they actually had drawn pictures on the back for the other toys in the line and everything.
Oh yeah, yeah. The box art and He-Man was always.
Yeah, that's like going back to G.I. Joe. They had the. I'd say they had the number one cards for their figures. I would say they had the best.
Now, Shifty says he likes how they put the Bug-Eye Ghost in Afterlife. Yeah, and a lot of people might have missed that if they didn't remember the real Ghostbusters. There was like a few nods that they did in some of the newer movies, which, I didn't mind Afterlife. I had no interest in seeing that Frozen Empire one.
Nah, Frozen Empire was garbage.
I tell you what, the collectible pieces that they sold in the theaters were pretty cool, though. I did pick up the one popcorn bucket. I do want to get the Ghost Trap popcorn bucket at some point, though. That thing is just like amazing. But you got to make sure you get the, what is it? Is it the AMC one? The AMC one comes with the clear popcorn bucket top, and it's got the light up underneath.
What gave her the giggles? The popcorn bucket?
Yeah, she's thinking of the wrong type of popcorn bucket. Keep your hand out of the gutter, Trina. Soul Assassin, thank you, sir. I sent some more pictures over. I managed to pull out during the clip. So we got X-Pig.
That's cute.
That's
And
cool.
you said this one as well.
Oh
The
shit!
most dangerous critters that the X-Men have to watch out for, because you never know when the toe's going to come off.
That is so cute.
Thank you, Soul Assassin.
Oh, those are awesome.
Yeah, they do, man. They sold out a couple times already, and they've re-released them. So yeah, I mean, good for those theaters, with the way everything has been going downhill with a lot of the movies that they have out in the theaters, and a lot of these theaters actually losing money. It's good for them to find some way to kind of cash in on it, at least,
Yeah.
I wish my theater, because I went to Regal to go see that Transformers special release for the G1 cartoon.
Mhm.
I wish they would have had some collectibles there, but they had nothing, and it was God, it was either AMC or one of the other ones that actually had stuff. I forget who it was. I know Loki over there, Morning Mischief, he got them, and I was like, "Damn, dude, they had them at your theater?" He's like, "Yeah, they had tons of them. You should go to that theater." I said, "Yeah, unfortunately, I don't have one of those theaters around me. I think maybe it was Airmark or something. I forget."
Okay. Damn.
Right? You ain't wrong, Soul Assassin. They should have.
Yeah. That would be
What's
good.
up, Luffy? Master of
What's
the
up?
Universe had the best box art, not G.I. Joe.
Yeah, Master Universe was friggin' top notch.
I tell you what, the retro lines are doing
Yeah.
a damn good
All
job
right,
with that.
sure. The Masters of the Universe did have good box art, but they didn't have individual pictures of the figure you're buying, painted, figures. I like the way GI Joe had it. I don't know. It's just especially with the little flash behind the character. It just stands out so much.
Yeah. Both were cool. They were both.
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
Now, Shifty says the alien popcorn bucket is a big xenomorph head you slide over your forearm and swing up to get your corn. And Tina says she's hoping to see Inside Out 2 this weekend.
Okay. Which one's Inside Out? Is it all the characters in the person's head?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I've never seen that.
Me neither. I've only seen the trailer for the first one.
But we're coming down towards the end here already. Vinny, was there anything else that you said you were gonna dip your toes into?
No, I was looking for it, but I can't find where I saw it. I googled and I can't seem to find it. I guess it was off of YouTube, but I don't know where it is. We're not going to show someone else's content, but yeah, there is a brand new Phoenix that they're doing. That's like a deluxe package one. Like the extra plain parts, but it's the green Phoenix, not dark Phoenix. But yeah, a brand new piece all around. I'm kind of surprised that they're even going to be releasing it. They've already done like a couple different versions of it. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's
You're kind of cutting out there at the end a little bit. You were getting soft.
just to wrap up.
Definitely losing your audio now.
Shit.
No, there it goes. You're back.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm closing some windows.
But I think we're going to get into the award for this weekend. So my man Curtis, man, dropping all those links again. Thank you so much, Curtis. I appreciate that, man.
Hell yeah.
Mostly checked out of Hollywood movies. I hear you, Chaos, myself included. There's very few things that I'm going out to the theater to see anymore, and I have been super choosy about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Frazetta art, class art, right? A lot of it was. They did amazing stuff, and they're still doing amazing stuff on the newer Origins releases. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
I'll say this, that I love those He-Man posters that used to come with the vehicles and the castles and shit. Those posters they had with the back, those painted like battle scenes they had. Those were friggin' awesome.
Oh yeah, man. You know what? I got the Origins Castle Grayskull, and holy crap, the artwork that they did on the back of that thing, absolutely outstanding. Outstanding shit.
Nice.
But Trina, it's on you.
All right. Well, it was awesome hanging out with you guys.
No. Hold on. We're not outro. We're talking about the award, Trina.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the Golden Girl Award. Okay. Well, last week I gave it to Vinnie, and I feel like if I do that again, I'm showing favoritism. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pick someone different every week. So this week, Tommy, you get the award.
I got so salty
You hear
last
that,
week.
people? You hear that, people? I got the Golden Trina Award this week, Vinny.
That's it. You're B. Arthur.
But yeah, this was another fun stream. I hope that everybody is watching, has had a good time checking out some of the things that we were talking about, these collectibles. Because you know what? Just because you're older doesn't mean that you have to stop collecting and enjoying the things that you enjoyed when you were younger. I mean, that's one of the things that we hold on to one of the things that's enjoyable to us. And it doesn't matter whether it's a statue or whether it's a figure or whether it's cards or whether it's like Adam with 10 million different wrestling belts. Everybody's got something else that they really do enjoy.
Yep.
And there's no reason just because you get older that you need to give that up. And anybody that tells you to do, they're just haters. They're just haters. That's all they are. But yeah, we're going to start throwing it around, and people are going to tell you what they got going on, or just their last thoughts before we close out this stream. So let's kick it on over.
Hey, I'm stuck. I can't transform. Oh, thanks. I think.
Yeah, damn it! I wish my camera was working, man. I got figures to show.
Oh man.
But yeah, thanks for letting me chill. Have another fun toy talk.
Awesome,
Absolutely,
bro.
man.
Anytime, man. Well, you're a co-host. You don't have to. Thanks for letting us chill. Yeah, you're.
Yeah, I don't know. I just do it anyway. Sorry.
Guys, check out Slasher's channel. You can check out all the content that he's done a while back. Eventually, he'll be able to get back into the swing of things. Right now is kind of up in the air as he's doing a little recovering. But Slasher, always a pleasure to have you on with us.
Yeah, brother.
And next, we're going to send it on over to, let's see, who should we pick this time?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Why did you pick that for me?
I don't know. It was just a random pick.
He just got a wall of text.
Well, yeah, this was awesome. A lot of fun. I'm glad I was able to make it again, and yeah, it was awesome hanging out with you guys, and awesome hanging out with you guys in the chat as well. Thank you all for being here, and thank you anybody who watches on the replay. We appreciate that as well. Yeah, you can find me on my channel at Real Horror, REEL. My Creature from the Black Lagoon will be published tomorrow morning at 9. So you can check that out. And on Tuesdays, over on ETEB's channel, Wrestling with Horror, 8:30s on Tuesdays, we do the horror movie of whatever we decide. It's usually a last minute decision, but yeah, we have fun doing that. And hanging out with these guys. Yeah, that's about it. Hope you all have a good night and great weekend.
Awesome. As always, Trina, I always appreciate having you guys on here with us. And yeah, I'm so thankful that you're all co-hosts and you enjoy putting up with me. See, Vinnie gets a pass. See, Vinnie's not a tyrant like I am, apparently.
Not? Okay.
Always demanding people show up on time and stuff. What the hell's wrong with me? But we're going to send it on over to...
And all day long, I put up a dog's ass. Just bang, bang, bang up his ass. That's my pleasure.
We're going to send it over to me. Most Hated Guinea Pig Online. Guys, you should be able to find me on most of your favorite streaming services, mostly. If they want to keep me and let me stay there with the subs that I had, you can find me, of course, on YouTube. You can find me on Rumble, on Odyssey. I even got a BitChute over there. You can find me on Twitter at _GPC_Warpig. And if you check out my YouTube channel or some of the other channels I have, it's mostly toy reviews. There's guinea pigs and there's battle bots as well. I do the Hexbug battle bot fights. A lot of fun being able to do that. Matter of fact, I got to get back into the swing. I got a few more tournaments I got to work on, and we are working with a bunch of our creators where we're going to be doing read-throughs of Masters of the Universe, and some of the fine people there in the chat, like Tina Bojan, are also taking part of that, and eventually that will be swapping around to all our different channels. So enable to see the next part, you're going to have to go to other people's channels. This is the way you spread the love, and every creator gets to take a part in it because, hey, you're lending your voice and you're being part of this creative process. There's no reason why it shouldn't be on your channel as well. I want to thank everybody that's already started to get involved in that, and I can't wait till we get these things out there and we start spreading them around the channels and do a little bit of reading of those old school Motu comics, the original mini comics from the original toys. It's going to be a lot of fun to be able to put those things out. Guys, thank you for joining us, and I hope that you had a blast tonight as we kick it over to Vinnie.
It's me, Mario Kartitis. Oh no. Yeah, I'm last because I'm late. I was late by like a minute, and Tommy's a tyrant. And he's like, "Bro, where the hell are you, bro? Oh my God, what the hell?" I'm like, "Okay, dude, but it's all right. It's all right, everyone. Tomorrow, yeah, we'll be on time at around 5. Yeah, come tune in. We're gonna talk about some crazy stuff. It's the Friday Underground stream. We might be covering some dragons there, the House of the Dragon stuff. But yeah, that's really disconcerting. That sucks that yeah, I'm not always late. Get out of here. I arrived when I meant to. Listen, yeah, tomorrow we're gonna be covering some of that show. It sucks though that Trina said someone's casted and it's not good.
Yeah.
Damn it. All right, you'll tell me afterwards. But yeah, and then we're gonna talk about some of the really crazy stuff that's going on, including something that the courts just deemed as I can't even say it on here, but we'll talk about it tomorrow. But yeah, wow, it's some massive news. So yeah, we'll be talking about that and how Disney is they're basically they hate the white man, and yeah, they got caught undercover as well, and that's thanks to James O'Keefe and his thing. So yeah, he's exposing Disney in a massive way, which is awesome. Yeah, I've been tuned out of their shit for the longest time. I have not watched any of the Star Wars garbage, all those dumb shows and all that other shit. Whatever. Those YouTubers are clowns. But yeah, no, we're going to dance on their grave. I know Tommy's probably excited about that. He's been wanting to see Disney fall for the longest time, and yeah, they're being exposed for being bigots against white men and pushing their DEI and all that stuff, and that they get massive bonuses for pushing that crap. So yeah, James O'Keefe exposed all that with one of his undercover videos, and that's gonna be interesting. So like I said, we'll hit some big topics and jump around. So a little bit on YouTube, and then the rest over on Rumble, since we won't be able to talk about the other thing on YouTube. But yeah, and in the meantime, yes, go back and support all my books. There's another one that I put together, and I'm gonna be making announcements soon. But yeah, almost like it's a second chance campaign at the first 2 art books. I put them in a collected edition, and the first one, volume 1, is completely remastered. So it's going to be gorgeous. The true vivid colors. I updated some artwork, and there's an additional 30 pages that have never been published before that's going to be in this book. And so yeah, it's going to be a massive book. It's about 140 pages. So yeah, and of course some teasers of City Venus 2, which I'm still working on. So yeah, that'll be officially after this campaign. There's no other ones I have in the works that are going to be coming out before City Venus 2, other than this art book special edition thing. So yeah, get ready, folks, and thank you all for watching.
Always a blast, Vinnie. Once again, like Vinnie said, thank you to everybody who's been watching. Be sure to keep sharing the links out there anywhere. People can catch it on the replay. And we really do appreciate that you decide to spend your time with us. Until next time, guys, have a good one. Later, y'all.
Peace.
You better run, Mojito.
What? I thought you said don't move.
That was before. Now, you run.